Coding, learn to code. Those are demoralizing statements. What is empowering is, cool, you already kind of know how to code. Let's try to program our brains. When software's eating the world, it's going to turn people into non-player characters. In fact, that's kind of the default, which is a non-player character. Does your life get written by you? Are you the one who's programming your own world? Are you the one running your own simulation? If you feel like your life's out of control, the good news is you are coding your own life. You are coding your own life. Get it? The 12 Days of Christmas turning into 99. You already are coding your life. It's just that you're using your smartphone in a way to code your own life in a way that you kind of don't really are able to put your thumb on. So if you're not exactly happy, this is kind of why, which is your phone's algorithms are the ones that are programming. Your phone's algorithms are the ones who are programming how you're moving forward. 99 Days of Christmas, day number 6, which is we get to journal in a way that, meditation helps you have a healthier brain. That's what journaling is coding up your brain using the way that your brain is wired. Because the saying, how your brain wires is how your brain fires. Let me repeat that. So however your brain is wired, you're training it to also then fire, because we get to run our brain slightly better. So let's say your brain is hooked on porn or drugs or your smartphone. I'm not going to say that's okay, but embrace that's where you're at. Or I can't wake up unless I have a whatever. Tracking where you're going, being semi-honest with where you are now, tracking to where you're going to be, in stepping towards a new destiny where we can study buddy together. We can study buddy together, stepping towards a new destiny. Am I directly quoting Joe Dispenza's Breaking the Habit of Being You? I'm getting value out of this video. Are you getting value out of this video? Because then we just study buddied 5 chapters in a book that you probably own already. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. And via these videos that are basically a book club, we together can code not only money fiat, but initially start coding our brain. Why don't we locate a pen so that way we can journal our first sentence together? Because I have something crazy magical that we're going to do together. remember our morning meditations where we don't rely on a person who's reading our tea leaves like a fortune teller? We are going to be the ones writing on our own tea leaves. And metaphorically, this is a tea leaf wrapper, which we are going to, yes, write our first one line of journal. It could be on the back of a credit card bill. It could be on the front of a piece of junk mail. It could be on a piece of paper that has boogers on it. Preferably not tissue paper, but some piece of paper. The magical thing for day number 6 of Christmas is we are going to write 11 pieces of paper in order to ship our first video. So we're going to do our first YouTube video because prior to this, maybe you've never done a YouTube video. Now, yes, that might scare you, or this might also speak to you because you're like, yeah, I really want to do a YouTube channel. That's what day number 6 of Christmas is, which is also me asking a question. Have you ever thought about reading a book? Have you ever thought about writing a book? Because people that want to write a book definitely read books, but will definitively use day number 6 of Christmas, which is launching your first YouTube. So, writing a book, promoting a book, launching a book. So these are things that are people's bucket list items. Let's break it down into piecewise chunks, starting with the goal of having a New York Times bestseller. Writing a book. So you're writing a book. In the comments or via text, tell me what book you think is your topic. Now, take the most emotional thing of that topic and hold that in your mind. So, the most emotional component of your topic, held in your mind. That's your flagship chapter. So, let's say it's Failing Forward, right out of What They Don't Teach You at Stanford Business School. Now, let's do 11 slides as if we're pitching a magazine excerpt for your book. So you're taking a book and you're saying, what's the, not most important topic, but what's the topic that resonates most emotionally? So let's say it's Obedience to Authority by Stanley Milgram, or The Misbehavior of Markets with Benoit Mandelbrot. And so typically it's actually on page 172. So really the question should be, what is going to be on your page 172? And then you do a YouTube video to promote that one chapter, which is your first video. And you don't even need to have your face appear on camera. You can just have 11 slides for your YouTube video. So you start with a typical YouTube video. So the way that my YouTube videos are different is it's us hanging out from beginning to end with no edits. There's pauses for you to think. There's slight pauses for you to do. This is not a watch in the background. This is a video for day 6 of the 99 Days of Christmas, which is how do I watch a video and get better? How do I read a book and self-improve? How do I engineer writing a book so that way I can step towards a new destiny by doing interim baby steps before writing the book, by writing on tea leaves. Writing on tea leaves. Look, I'm eating my own signature business protocols, which is choose your own adventure. This is a choose your own adventure, which is what day number 6 is a delightful how to journal. How do you do morning pages? What's a morning routine? Savers. Silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, scribing. And so these things are springboarding you towards, being an author of a best-selling book. And it may not be a bestseller, but it might be a category bestseller. And it may not be a category bestseller, but it's a book that you sold to me via your one video, which is your first video. And your first video, we're going to do now, because in this Choose Your Own Adventure, this is going to be a tremendously awesome adventure that we're going to choose to be in together, which is launching our first video. You're perfectly on time for this. Launching your first video, because maybe we don't want to be a YouTube subscriber to somebody else. Maybe we don't want to be public. Well, YouTube allows you to be an anonymous whatever. So you can just do this as Mr. Robot, because Mr. Robot had that. Mr. Robot had that. This is what we're doing now, pen to paper, is we're sketching out the script for our first YouTube video. Day number 6 of the 99 days of Christmas. We're sketching out our first YouTube video. So tell me the topic of your book that you want to write, that is on your bucket list to do. I'll wait. Got it. How I became a working comedian. I love that. Because what you're doing is you're making money while you're booking comedy gigs. I love that. Working comedian. These are your 11 slides. This is your video. The hidden business model of emerging comedians. I should write that down. That was genius. What I do is I set aside all 400 of my IQ points out of 488, and I just try to succeed with the 88, because, oh my God, that was genius. The hidden business model of emerging comedians, stuff I wish I learned in 2012. And then your next video, one of your next slides, is what comedy school does not teach you about business models, 2025. Do you see how this stuff literally just writes itself? And you should be writing this stuff down, because that's a good YouTube video, and then you can be funny during your presentation of it. 2 free drinks is no longer the cover charge. What? I thought you had to do 2 free drinks. That's no longer just the cover charge? Tell me more. Well, it turns out you're also going to need to fly to Miami Brickell for Larry Chang's stand-up. What? That sounds like it's going to be way too much money, and you're not that funny. Interesting, because slide number 3 is come to Miami Brickell for Monday meditation before we go to Michael Saylor's Bitcoin for Corporations. What? That's Tuesday. And you see how 2 drinks for your cover charge, that's normal and loserish. Do you see how, like, that's slide 5 of the hidden business model of emerging comedians? Is you don't want to just sell people on some random Tuesday night in Brickell. Monday night in Brickell, Tuesday night is the after party, which is New Year's Eve. I'm sure Larry Chang will be doing stand-up comedy at Michael Saylor's New Year's Eve party. Like, I'm positive. And do you see how now you've got 11 slides? And let's say you don't want to paste copy tall Chinese guy humor, okay? Maybe you don't. But maybe what you do want to do for day 6 of the 99 Days of Christmas is the hidden business models for comedians, okay? Yeah, tell me more. The attention-getting thing is how I avoided going broke doing stand-up comedy. Oh, I hear a lot of comedians are super poor. Tell me how you avoided going broke. Thanks. Instead of eating at the food truck, I would be selling food truck food to other people who not necessarily were coming to the comedy show, but were just in the neighborhood, called Food for Lead Gen. That's part of business models for comedians who don't want to go bankrupt. So you're selling hot dogs? Yeah, I even have an app. It's here on my Twitter. It's called Hot Dog or Not Hot Dog, or Eat My Hot Dog, or Buy My Hot Dog, or Reserve My Hot Dog, right? And now you're selling 35-cent hot dogs for $10. I didn't do this. Somebody else did this in Vancouver, Canada. They did Japadog. What? I mean, that's kind of funny. Just like UUCK, which is number 2 slide for the hidden business models of emerging comedians. Nobody wants to go see a open mic night, okay? That sounds normal, and with a 2-drink minimum, I'm bored, and now I'm poorer, okay? Is that something I'm interested in? Maybe. But this is something I'm more interested in, which is UUCK. Unchained, Unchained Comedy Club with a K. UUCK. The strong K sound at the end is funny because that's what a strong K sound is. And that could be slide 4. Why is the strong K sound so funny? Slide 5 is starting a faux franchise. Faux franchise is funny, and faux franchise was day number 5 of the 99 Days of Christmas. Do you see how your slides come together so nicely? And this is your first YouTube video, and we are doing a choose your own adventure. You're the one who said comedy, and it's already morphed into this collaboration, which is the hidden business models, your first video, the hidden business models of emerging comedians. Here's another one, your mother-scratching welcome. Adam Curry did Boostagram. It's like Instagram, but boosting. And it's for musicians to harness the power of Bitcoin and Lightning and micropayments, value for value, and RSS feeds. You just take the word musician out and you add in the word comedy. You're welcome. Do you see how that's definitely 7 more slides, but that's also maybe 4 more videos? Now what you're doing is you are making money while you're gaining distribution, while you're enthusiastically marching forward without any subscribers. Kind of like how some of these streams work, are they not? Look at how enthused I am to get extra user, extra subscriber, extra viewer number one, right? Because if you don't see that this content's worth $300,000, fuck yourself in the face. That's what I meant to say. You could tell it was coming. That's what you get. Because we are not searching for people that need 75 other people to agree with us before we do step number one, right? And remember, we as humans, we don't need another human to give us permission to leave the non-player character zone. We get to write our own fortune. We get to march towards stepping towards our new destiny. We get to code our own life, which is day 6 of the 99 days of Christmas. I'm hoping that you're shipping.